Okay, this is going to be day two. Um, Been a little swamped today with page work and been a little under the weather. Hope you guys can hear me all right. Going to be hanging out for the next little bit, sketching on this one. I got on the webcam today so that instead of the phone, so I can go freehand with this thing and not be strapped by it. But working on a classic Iron Man. And so you guys can see, this is the card I finished yesterday. Just working on knocking this stuff out, man. Between this and page work, I'm staying pretty busy, like I said yesterday. So I'm all about trying to do one of these a day so I can keep fresh with other characters and whatnot. I got asked yesterday what's the deal with the purple paper. I did that because of the fact that I wanted to see what was going on with you guys and allow you to comment on this thing so you can see it as I go, because the number one thing is the visual here on this white paper background that I have. It's not going to pop out as much. So do me a favor, leave a word in the comments there so I can make sure you guys can hear me, because I'm using my podcasting mic today and I just want to make sure that you guys are actually getting to hear me as well. I'm going to make this real quick here. And as you can see, I already sketched out the layout to save time, so you guys will get to see all the cool details going in rather than me just monkeying around with it. So make sure I'm in camera here. I got asked about the scratches going down my hand too. This is a result of my daughter's new kitten. He likes to wrestle a lot, so, and I became the, for some odd reason, I became the target favorite. So now you guys are gonna have to be sure to let me know that you're digging this thing. So, hey Nick, doing great, man. You guys are gonna have to let me know that you're seeing this, so, and that you like these things, because if I'm not getting the artistic response, you know, we may have to do something else. But yeah, if you guys are digging it, I'll keep doing them. So get this ear cover in here. No, man, I appreciate the feedback on it. It's cool. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. I appreciate the suggestions. The Venom card that I did yesterday was actually a suggestion from a fellow artist, a friend of mine, Omar. He he helped me out of that because I was just like, well, what do I draw, man? I had 50 different ideas going on, and I was just like, I didn't know where I wanted to take it. So, and Rusty Gilligan actually pointed out this one. So I was like, yeah, cool, man. Not a problem. Iron Man's actually one of my favorites. The classic Iron Man like this. I'm not so much up on the new one. I don't know how to. I'm on the fence about Ironheart right now. I'm not against the change because I mean I'm glad to see that they evolved him instead of making him like ancient or revamping him again and starting with another volume. I'm glad they evolved it and brought in a new character to support the Iron Man franchise, but I'm on the fence about how I feel about the character itself. I just don't know yet. I always kind of wish that Rhodey would have taken over, but it ended up going down a different path in the storyline, so whatever. That works. It happens. Sorry I'm spinning this so much. I'm trying to decide which way I want to go with it here. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm covering up a big chunk of this thing, guys. Trying to hold it level here so I can get this ridge line in for the color. So what are you guys doing for the big free comic book day coming up 2017 tomorrow? I am really digging it. I can't wait. I've got a couple of places I'm going to go check out tomorrow morning, or actually for Saturday. I keep thinking today's Friday for some reason, but for this weekend on Saturday, I'm going to be out and about for a little bit, visiting some local comic shops for some friends and stuff, and doing a few drawings here and there kind of thing. And then be back at work because I've got a client project due this weekend. So I've got to turn in a bunch of pages on that I've got in progress. So how's that looking? I've got something popping up here. Sorry about that. Get distractions. Yeah, actually I do. I'm going to be working a lot. I've got a 6-issue contract that I'm working on right now for that same client I just mentioned that has to go out this week. And I've got a couple of webcomics coming up, also new stuff from Firestorm coming out, left and right. So it's going to be pretty busy, man. We're going to be hopping around all over the place, and we're actually going digital and in print, so I'm going to be doing a bunch of that stuff, a bunch of comics in e-format as well as in print this summer. So And I have something like 30 projects from last year that's going to come out all in the next 6 months. It's crazy. I get asked about that all the time because of the fact that, what are you doing? Well, I'm working. That's because everybody wants to know what I'm doing, because I don't go to shows and things like that very often, if at all. I mean, I think the last thing I did was Comic Palooza, and I did that remote because my daughter got sick and stayed at home with me. So I did a couple of remote webinars for that one, for people to come out and see, because I didn't want to let the kids down and whatnot. But yeah, I got crazy there for a bit. But you guys don't get mad at me for cheating on the fingers here. I know they're just cylinders, but it is IronMan. I can work with that just a little bit, especially with this incarnation. I mean, not that that's why I did it, so that I could cut corners, but I did it because I love this style. It was the big one right before the quote-unquote new armor in the 90s. And they made the change. This is the gold and red set right after the Silver Centurion armor. It's coming along all right. One thing about doing these blank index cards, it gives me a lot more room than the traditional sketch cards do, but on the downside is that they're so rough in texture, so they get to be a little harder to manipulate now and again, especially with the ink. They just drink it right up, but they're fun though. And this particular model gives me the opportunity to do multiple projects without you guys having to suffer for waiting for me to get them done. So I'm able to kick them out a lot faster. Don't want to crush the edge of that. It's starting to pop off all right. That's what I was talking about right there. It gets a little bit grittier than a lot of people like, but still does the job. And for a sketch card, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just progress. So, whatever works. My thing is not to do too much of this right here, the cross-hatching thing. I try not to do too much of that because I end up screwing up the work. Because of my open line style, I end up trashing it more than anything if I overdo this stuff. So I try to keep away from it. But in this case, I want this to pop just a little bit more. So coming along all right. So I've put in about 20 minutes on this thing already on cam, so I'm going to give it a couple more minutes here, and then I'm going to go ahead and log off so I don't keep you guys too long. But I am going to ink this one and color it and call it a day. I know you can't see that under my hand there. Yeah, I found it highly amusing. Like I said yesterday, I had put in a submission in the project that I was requested to put in a submission for, and I had an editor, a very young editor, come up and tell me, which I'm not, I'm not one to care what your age is as long as you can do the job. I just had a good laugh about it with some friends that, you know, he was like, well, your work is really aged and stuck in a rut in a style, and you know it looks really good if it was 1990, and the thing is it looks really dated and really flat and really old school. I was like, well, you know, thanks, I appreciate that, because I took it with a grain of salt, you know, like you're supposed to. Was professional about it, and I will not name who said it ever. I just find the story very amusing because, you know, it's all about perception and perspective in art anyway. It just goes to prove that art is relative to the person looking at it no matter what. So I just found that highly amusing for some reason. And when that young man told me that, I was just cracking up. I was like, you know what? Those are all the artists that influenced me and all the ones that I strive to be like. So that's perfect. I didn't take insult at that at all. Because I happen to enjoy that style of art. I mean, granted, you have to be contemporary and change with the times and whatnot, and I am constantly working on improving my craft. But yeah, that's awesome, actually. Since those are all my favorite artists, that's great. He was like, it looks like a page right out of 1985, and I was like, awesome, thank you very much. I don't think I'm actually that good, but I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave this open because I'm going to color it. I'm going to put in a little more detail on the armor here. Try not to hash this up too much. I think that's about it right now. It's only ink it and color it. So, hope you guys dig. I think that's pretty cool. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll be doing another one of these tomorrow. And since you requested it, Nick, I think I will see about doing a Punisher tomorrow. I think that'd be fun. So we will go from there. I'll let you guys know when it's done. I'll post it like I did the Venom so you guys can see it and whatnot. So I think that'll be cool. Let me know if you have any suggestions or favorites on these, and I'll see if I can get you on there and get you in. I appreciate it. So, till next time, later.